Time to introduce tonight's fantastic panels. Get ready to rip through the rest of the day's headlines. Joining us tonight, LaToya Drake. She's an AOL consumer advisor. And LaToya says one of the most exciting things she's ever done is drive around a trace track with an actual NASCAR driver. Radio host and comedian TJ McCormick joins us. TJ was hit in the face by a flying champagne cork while opening for Celine Dion at Caesar's Palace. Last but not least, Mara Davis is a radio host for Dave FM. Am I saying that correctly, Mara?
It's actually Mara.
Are you sure, Mara? Okay. Great to have you all. Mara, by the way, Conan O'Brien addict, as all of us are here. All right. What happened to cigars? A new dad could be heading to the joint for smoking one at the hospital where his child was being born. Pennsylvania cops say daddy lit up in a designated smoking area and flat out told them he just wanted a buzz. Cops aren't releasing daddy's ID. They say he will face possession charges. This is unbelievable, Mara. Day one. It's day one as daddy. Should we just go and call family services now?
Well, hey, he was celebrating. It's an exciting day. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh, my goodness. LaToya, say it isn't so. Should we call family services on this guy? Is it inevitable?
We should absolutely call family services. And is this his first child and he's so afraid of parenthood that he has to be under the influence of drugs?
TJ McCormick. He's lighting up, I think, what do they call them, doobers? Is that what they call them these days, TJ? A doobie?
I wouldn't know. I'm so out of touch with current events. Listen, this guy, when I had my baby, I celebrated by getting on my knees and thanking God. You don't alter your mind to celebrate the birth of your first child.
Absolutely. What about this?
And the operator's telling me, she said, let him go. She said he can harm somebody. I said, why would I let him go when I have 5 good citizens out here trying to help me out?
Just because I don't even think of myself as disabled, so... You know, just because I'm in a chair doesn't mean I can't stand up and do what's right, even though I can't stand up. It's all about doing the right thing.
All right, that's what we're talking about here, getting props for doing the right thing. When a clerk refused to take a would-be robber's money, thinking it was counterfeit, our new hero put him in a headlock, but he doesn't think of himself as a hero. What about an inspiration here? This guy's in a wheelchair. That's no problem. Takes him down, Mara.
Well, here's the thing. The money was claiming to be counterfeit, and we're only hearing one side of the story. The robber maybe just wanted his money back, and everybody got crazy, and we're only hearing his side of the story. In the tape, there's no audio there. So, in fact, he may be this amazing hero, but there may be another side to this story.
Look at Mara. Sounded like the criminal defense attorney tonight. All right, what about this? There's no splendor to be found for nearly 5,000 passengers stranded on the crippled cruise ship. And forget about fine dining, passengers forced to nibble on Spam, Pop-Tarts, even crab meat flown in by the U.S. Navy.
We're able to move around, we're able to walk around the building, and people are doing their best to stay in good spirits. They're singing, the musicians are coming up to play to keep everybody calm.
The cruise ship expected to finally make it ashore tomorrow. Now, Spam, haven't they been punished enough, TJ?
Hey, listen, if you've ever been on a Carnival cruise and had their midnight buffet, Spam is a step up. These people are screwed. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them a lot. They are an island unto themselves. No power, no electricity. It's bad news. There is nothing they can do.
No toilets either for at least a day. What about this? Another unexplained flying object, this time in the skies over California. It even stumped officials at the Pentagon.
They're not able to get somebody out there to explain it and make this story go away. I think that's the real story. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
Well, now the Pentagon backtracking a bit, claiming the UFO was probably airplane exhaust. I don't know. They also sold us something, LaToya, on Roswell a few years ago. Are you buying their explanation here?
You know, I think it's most disturbing that not one government official knew what this was when it happened between the Pentagon, the FAA, the Department of Defense. Why don't we know what's going on? At first, you kind of think this reeks of a balloon boy incident.
You know, I think the whole thing is scary. I watch the event on Mondays, you know. All right, I hope this bank robbery suspect likes the color pink. A dye pack placed in the stolen money goes off as he tries to make a run for it. There he goes. Did he really think this one through? What happened next? Coming up. Now back to our fabulous panel. What about this? A convicted sex offender goes berserk while his 15-year-old accuser is testifying. It took deputies, 3 of them, to subdue the 55-year-old who flipped over a table and chairs. The jury, though, hung on 19 counts. My goodness, he's flipping over tables and chairs inside that courtroom, TJ, but the jury couldn't figure out if he was guilty or innocent?
How do you not figure the guy's guilty or innocent? This guy, as a result of all those hung things, he's looking at 8 years. He molested a 12-year-old. This is a tragedy. This is a tragedy.
What about this? 2 suspected bank robbers caught pink-handed. Surveillance cameras rolling when a bright pink dye pack exploded in their loot bag. Cops have recovered the money, but the suspects remain at large somewhere. LaToya, shouldn't be too hard to find these knuckleheads, huh?
Should not be too hard. I mean, the bad news for them is that even though they got away, they don't have the money that they need for the dry cleaning, so they're out of luck, I believe.
Mara, where would you look for these guys?
I gotta tell you, these are the most family-friendly criminals ever. Pink smoke, and then they were wearing Sesame Street outfits. I mean, fun for the whole family. So who knows where they could be?
All right, what about this? That's a clip of Arnold toking on a joint about 30 years ago in a documentary called Pumping Iron. It may explain this.
You signed a bill sort of what was decriminalizing just a month or 2 before, making less than an ounce like pretty much like a traffic ticket.
No one, cares if you smoke a joint or not.
The governor pretty blunt about his stance on marijuana during last night's appearance on Jay Leno. The same penalty for smoking weed as for speeding tickets. All right, I'll start with you, Amara, on this one, because I'm most afraid to ask you, but is this, should we be saying woohoo or boo on the governor's move here?
Okay, here's the thing. This is not shocking news to anybody who's followed Arnold Schwarzenegger over the years. I think clearly Jay Leno put in a call to the former governor to say, you know what? I need some PR this week. It's Conan's first week. Get me in the news.
Get me in the news. TJ, real quickly, TJ, what should we think about this?
He just showed for 6 years that he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's an empty suit as a governor.
Great job by the panel tonight. Thanks so much. Stick around, folks. There's more ahead.